So Hamlin broke last round, got LMR with the Godzilla and Brubel with the 393 stroker.
We are back from Foxtoberfest, guys, and let me just say this. Wow, that was one hell of an event. I'm sure it was over 1,000 Fox bodies. I think that's what Jen wanted this year. I'm pretty sure she got it. Thank you to everyone who came out to support this event. It's not my event. I have nothing to do with it, but I just want to say thank you, because without you guys, events like these wouldn't exist. Here's the issue. I wanted to have this really cool video for you guys today. All this footage that I took, it's uploading. I messed up. Normally I'd be videoing with my action cam, but I videoed with my iPhone, and I thought, oh, I could just airdrop it. It's like 50 videos. It's not done yet. So with that being said, I got to get you guys a video, and there are some things that I do want to talk about. I was going to save it for another video. We're going to cover it today, all right? So first things first, we did race the Calypso at Foxtoberfest, and man, she did good. We'll disclose the times later in another video, okay? But here are some issues that have arisen, and I think we need to talk about them, because for all of you guys that are out there trying to go fast with these cars, there's some things you need to know about. First things first, I want to show you what happened to the car and the door. And look at the door. The door handle's all jacked up now for me snatching on this thing. That's a mess down there. You guys see that? Oh yeah, she's a mess. So here's what happened. This is gonna hurt your heart right here. Watch this. See that? Before we go any further, I want to tell you guys something. I am just like you. After about the third time of trying to get out of this car and the door was stuck, what do you think I was ready to do? I was ready to push this damn door open. I didn't care if it ripped off the ground effects. I didn't care. I was over it. This thing had locked me in a couple of times, and you know, I could probably stand to lose a few pounds, and I'm older. I can barely crawl to the other side over there to get out. So I'm frustrated, right? But we figured out a technique to be able to get out of the car. Luckily, my wife has more patience than me, so let me show you what we had to do. So we're down here, right? This thing's stuck. Well, now it comes open. So I'm stuck, right? I'm trying to get out of this thing. The only way we could get out was to hit the ground effects for me to get out of the car. Now, there's a couple different things that play here. First off, I want to say that the door pins probably need to be replaced. I'm sure the door's got a little drop in it, right? Also, the striker over here can be adjusted and brought up to get the door up, right? It needs door pins, but you can compensate for that by moving your striker up a little bit so it'll pick the door up. Here's the biggest thing that I think happened. We launched the car harder than I've ever launched it before. Not wheels in the air. I'm not saying we were like pulling the front tires half track and shit like that, no. But we did leave pretty hard on the car, and it caused some stress. Well, this car has subframe connectors, but it's got very basic, like homemade style subframes. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I thought it would be good enough, but they're not. The car is still tweaking and things like that. Let me show you something. So I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but right there, this is a telltale sign that you need subframe connectors, or if you have them, maybe you need better ones. And also up here is another sign. That's what's going on here, right? So we have a really good set of subframe connectors for this car from Stifler's. It's called the Fit System. They sent it to us, and I was gonna put it on Berger's car, but since he went a different route, we're gonna put it on this car. And that'll lock this thing in together really, really tight, and that'll help with this. I'm not saying that your car won't still tweak some. The ones that I have are just some basic ones that somebody made at some point. So we got a problem. Now I've got to pull this damn thing down, the ground effects off the car, do a little bit of grinding, sand everything back down, and paint it. It's not that big of a deal because I do my own paint and body work, but not all of you guys do. You guys need to be careful when it comes to stuff like this. If you're out for the first time you're gonna really poop. What? Tucker's over here pooping. So if you guys are out for the first time, you're taking your car out and you're gonna be making some passes, ask yourself, you know, do I have subframe connectors? How hard is this car gonna leave? Because if you're making some power and you're trying to stick this thing and leave, you're gonna tweak up some stuff and it can get very expensive. Let me get in here, pop this hood for you guys. Oh my God, my seats are completely drenched. I didn't shut my door good last night and it rained. I love this carbureted setup on this car. It worked perfectly. The car ran great. Still got the Terminator X set up on it. We'll dive into all that again later because I had a lot of questions at Foxtoberfest about the Terminator X, why I did it, can I go into more detail? And now I will say I think the car has kind of proven itself that this combo works. As you all may or may not know, this car has an E85. Well, E85 is notorious for not liking cold weather. Usually, it's not that big of a problem with a fuel-injected car. It may be a little hard to start, but typically they'll start up and they'll run. Guys, this car in 40-degree weather did not want to start. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. So if you guys have any tips, tricks, maybe something with timing, do I need more timing, less timing, more fuel, less fuel? I don't know. 40-degree weather was not this thing's jam. So here's why I'm bringing this up. I told you guys E85 and carbureted cars works great. I've mentioned it on the channel many times, and I do stand by that. But you also need to know that in cooler weather, cold weather, guys, if you thought a carbureted car can be a little aggravating to start, put E85 in it and it gets worse. So I'm gonna kind of step back, and that's not even cold for some of you guys. So do I recommend E85 with a carbureted car? Absolutely, if you need it. If you need race gas, if you're gonna be spraying nitrous and you're trying to like balance that option out, yeah, I say still look at E85, but also be aware it's gonna be a nightmare to get started in cold weather. All right, let's talk about the tire situation. You know, we swapped over from slicks and went to an ET Street R. So how did it do? Honestly, it did really good at the track. But now that I'm thinking about it, I never ran this car on slicks at the track. To be honest with you, a slick would have been better. On the street, this is still the better tire. I'll stand by that. Unless you're gonna be out pouring a puddle and doing a burnout, which most of us aren't, I recommend a radial. They just tend to work better in the street on a good road. We made some passes with this car, and I firmly believe if we put the slicks back on it, we do a good burnout. Guys, we're gonna put down some impressive numbers. I will tell you guys the 60 foot on the car, it was a 165 60 foot. So a 165 60 foot is what this thing cut, and that was slipping the clutch, and it just could not hold anymore. Now we need to upgrade the shocks. I've mentioned that before on the channel, and that's something that we have got to do if we want this car to go fast. They did really good. These tires did great. If you guys want a tire that you can still run on the street and take to the track, I recommend these Street R's. If you're looking for a tire that you want to be able to drive in the rain, perform good in the street, and still do decent at the track, I still recommend the Nitto 555 R2s. So we got some work to do on this car. Not a lot, just some tweaking. I don't know when that's gonna happen. Guys, shocks are expensive. So hold on tight, baby, it's coming. Before we go, I wanna talk about the T56 in this car. This is a Tremec T56 Magnum in here with a McLeod RXT 1200. So, you guys probably wonder, well, how did the transmission feel? How did the clutch feel? Would you change anything about it? Do you wish you would have went TKX or, you know, maybe a G101A like he's got over here? No, I love my setup. I think this is the setup that I'll go to from here on out for street cars, if I can afford it. These are not cheap transmissions and these are not cheap clutches, but there are more expensive and there are cheaper. I think it's a good balance. If you guys want a transmission that's going to hold up to the abuse that you're gonna put it through on the street and at the track, I recommend the T56 Magnum with the RXT 1200. It's a great street clutch and you can slip it. That's not always the case with certain clutches. You guys need to think about that. If you're gonna be driving this thing on the street and you know, you're not going for an all-out race car that's gonna leave with the wheels in the air, an RXT 1200 can still be that clutch for you because you can slip it. All right, and it'll still do the wheels in the air. I mean, if that's what you want to do, this clutch will hold it. It'll do it. We were supposed to run Hanlon. Yeah, he chickened out. He made some excuse up about his car breaking. Yeah, right. We did get a chance to run LMR though with their Godzilla swap Fox body.
So Hamlin broke last round, got LMR with the Godzilla and Brubel with the 393 stroker.
I have all the footage currently downloading to my computer. But if we want to get a video out, this is the video that we got to get out today. So just to recap, guys, make sure that you got subframe connectors on your car if you're going to be out there drag racing, street racing, or honestly just driving your car. Believe it or not, going in and out of certain driveways, you know how you have that dip and they're elevated, will tweak these cars up. You don't even have to be drag racing, all right? But if you are going to be racing your car, please put a set good subframe connectors on your car. I recommend Stifler's because they got some of the best stuff out there. Get yourself some subframe connectors before you tweak up your car and your hatch won't shut and your door won't shut, or open. I should say open, because I couldn't get out of it. I was ready to tear the damn door off the car. Anyway, and while we're here, I want to talk to you guys about some other, believe it or not, safety issues that you need to think about if you're going to be racing your car. One of them being, make sure all your components are nice and tight on your car. Like, you know, tail lights. See how easy that came off? Make sure before you go down the track or the road or anywhere that you have your shit secured. I did not, as you can see. And this is not the first time that they've come off at Foxtoberfest. Let me tell you a quick story before we go here. In Jackson, Tennessee, the car wheel hopped when I left, and that wheel hop caused the lens to just fall off and almost get ran over. But I was able to save it with just some scratches. No big deal. I kind of like it. It's some character, right? So I got home and was like, I need to go ahead and reseal these things with butyl or really whatever. RTV, I don't give a shit how you guys do it, but just make sure that they're sealed up. So we get to Foxtoberfest and I decide I want to make a hit on the car. Very first pass, it comes off, slides down the track, scratches it up again. No harm, no foul. Okay, take it off, put it in the car with me. I thought, well, for sure this one's not going to come off. It's never come off before. Wrong. Slides down the track, gets ran over. We had a big laugh about it. It was fun to talk about, but also things like this could be dangerous for the other car over there in the other lane. One other thing I want to leave you guys with is my thoughts on this car. I love this thing. I absolutely love driving the Calypso. It's kind of that borderline like street car, race car type thing, but it is extremely streetable. The only thing that makes it more of a race car feel is really the exhaust is just loud. We could change that to a different muffler. It's got Spintech 9000s and a manual steering rack, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a little harder to turn than one with power steering, but it's not really that hard at all. So if you get yourself a good rack and you got some skinnies up front, pump those things up to about 45, 50 pounds, and this thing will turn good. So my overall impressions of this car, now that we actually got it to the track and we're able to run it, are really, really good. And I'm not gonna go into any details. I'm leaving you guys kind of hanging here. I know you want more info. What did it run? How did it do? Trust me, it's coming. It was a fun trip. Thank you so much to everyone that showed up. Thank you to Jen for having Foxtoberfest and putting this thing on. It's awesome. If you guys have never been, whew, it is something to behold. And we only got there for the Friday and Saturday event. We missed everything else. So I can only imagine. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching.